Very good morning. This is Jyotirmay, Department of Biology. So today I came with a new topic, virus. So in a previous class we discussed about bacteria. So now in this class we discuss about viruses. So come to the topic. Virus. Generally in a last class we discussed that virus is a non-living part. When it is non-living, when it is in an external environment, when it is outside an environment, it acts like a non-living. Once it attacks on a host body, it acts like a living. What's the reason between why it is known between living and non-living here? You see, generally cell should have cell membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus in it. But virus doesn't have any of these parts. See, there is no cell membrane, no cytoplasm and no nucleus. So, due to the absence of cell membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus, it can't act like a cell and it can't be individual and cannot be independent. So, it always depends on a host for food. So, that's the reason it is known majorly parasite. You know, parasites always depend on host. So generally for virus there is no differentiation of rich food or it's an animal, plant, bacteria, whatever it is may be is a host for virus. So virus attack on every organisms for their food because they can't live individually. They need a support for their survival. That's the reason when they are in the environment, they act like a non-living. Once they get a body, it's a living body, whether it's a human body or an animal or a bacteria, whatever it is may be, it attack on that and start living in their body. And it depends on their food and it develops, start reproduction. That's the reason it is known between living and non-living and also known parasite. Did I written the same thing here? Parasite, virus, and as well as they are between living and non-living. And what is the size of the virus? Generally, you know, bacteria is about 0.2 micrometers to 10 micrometers. But virus is so smaller than bacteria. It is about 0.02 micrometers to 0.35 micrometer. Mean you can't see this virus even with a compound microscope. You must and should require electronic microscope to recognize the shape and size and to find the structure of the virus. You must and should use electronic microscope. Is it clear? So under the electronic microscope this virus can be seen because it is so small. But you may get it out. Madam, in a last class, you said the smallest cell on the earth or the smallest organism is mycoplasma. But here, virus is actually the smallest one. Then why did you say the name of bacteria? Because here is a reason. Bacteria is a cell. It's a living part. But virus is completely non-living part. And it doesn't have any similarities of a cell. No cell membrane, no cytoplasm and no nucleus, and it can't reproduce own, it can't survive individually, can't take food and it cannot synthesize the food, it can't depend on anyone and no reproduction, nothing takes place without a host body. That is the reason. Generally we have 5 kingdoms, Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, Animalia. Where this virus, you know, not in these 5. It's separated. Virus is separated because it is between living and non-living. That is the reason it is separately adjusted in the 6th kingdom. Got it? So this virus generally is structure if you identify. I already told you there is no cytoplasm, cell membrane and nucleus. Then what present in it? And it only the DNA or RNA, non-living part, genetic information is present in it. And it has a protein coat. Around of it, it has of that spike, it enters into the living body and start acting like a living, and it causes damage to the living body. Got it? So simply I can tell you, there is no use with virus. Virus is always a parasite, causes damage. That's it. So what are the infections we get because of the virus, and what are the structures, shapes? We start looking now. So see, generally viruses are in different shapes, but most of the times we find it is a rod and spherical shape. Even nowadays we are very familiar disease here, corona. Even COVID-19, the disease, the coronavirus is also in spherical shape, am I right? And like even HIV virus, tobacco virus, like there are different viruses, and those viruses are in rod and spherical shape, and even some of them are in other shapes also. Got it? And these virus, based on the presence of DNA or RNA in it, they are again classified into two types. So the first type, see, deoxyvira, mean in these viruses we find only DNA. I already written here. If the genetic information is present, only the genetic information is present here, whether DNA or RNA. Then in deoxyvira virus contains DNA in it. And in which viruses the DNA is present? Here, cauliflower, Dahlia mosaic viruses. These viruses, I already told you, they without a host body they can't survive. So the viruses which depend on cauliflower and Dahlia plants, they have DNA in their body. Got it? And that DNA mixes with the cauliflower and Dahlia DNA, and later they grow like a new virus again, and the number of viruses multiply and start causing damage to the remaining all plants. The next one, ribovira, means which has RNA, the genetic material as a RNA. It has a RNA genetic material, and causes generally present and enters into the host body like humans, pigeons, fowls, dogs, like etc. Whatever the animals, deer, tiger, lion, like whatever may be the animals present on the earth, on that the virus which attack, that majorly contains RNA, 90%. But sometimes there is a chance RNA containing viruses may attack, maybe DNA containing viruses also attack. Got it? So these are the two types of viruses here. One is deoxyvira, another one is ribovira. Got it? And it is, I already told you, nutrition is parasite. It always depends on the host body. Then next, how these deoxyvira viruses cause diseases, and ribovira viruses cause diseases here. Because parasitic means always they feed on the other cells. When if someone are going to damage our cells, we always fall in sick. So once if we are sick, we get different types of diseases. Like you see dengue, AIDS, smallpox, chickenpox, polio, rabies, corona, Zika. Like there are the different types of diseases here. All these diseases are caused by only virus. Then how they cause, what are the shape of those viruses? Only whatever are available here, only those I will try to show you. And one more thing, the bacteria which attacks, the virus which attacks on the bacteria. I will tell you about that virus also. Just we start looking about it. So the first disease which is caused by virus is AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. What is the specialty of this disease? Because it's caused by a virus known human immunodeficiency virus, HIV. What is the meaning of it? Acquired immuno. Once this virus is attacking on a human, once it attacks on a human body, it attacks only on human body, no other. So it attacks on acquire. What it should acquire? Immunity power, because it is deficient. So it is deficient. The immunity power is deficient in their body, so that they get syndrome. Syndrome means collection of diseases. So these human immunodeficiency virus causes majorly deficient to immunity power. So generally, some viruses attack on human body like liver, eyes, nerves, or kidney. Like one has one specific target to damage. For these viruses, there is a specific target to damage our soldier, our system of our soldier, nothing but the immunity system. Immunity system is also known soldiers. They are protecting our body. That immunity system is going to be, the greatest immunity system is going to be damaged by this virus. See, once the protection wall is damaged, once protection wall of our body is damaged, any virus or any bacteria, fungi, protozoa, anything can be entered. Once if it enters into our body, then what happens? We get different type of diseases. So the target of this virus causing damage to the immunity system, so that we get acquired immunodeficiency syndrome disease. We get syndrome, different collection group of diseases due to the deficiency of immunity power, because we can't acquire it again. That's the reason the patient or the person who is suffering from AIDS should live in healthy and hygiene condition. There is no other option for the person, because for this disease minimum there is no treatment even. There is no cure. This treatment means they give antiviral dosage to control the reproduction of virus, but the once damaged part of immunity system cannot be replaced. Is it clear? So immunity system is severely damaged. For the incubation period for this virus is nearly about 3 to 5 years. Within that period of day, we can't find any symptoms in our body. After complete damage of the immunity system, all start attacking on our body. For example, if your compound wall is so strong, no one can enter into your home. But once your compound wall is so weak, anyone can easily enter into your home. Like, if our immunity system is so strong, then we are protected by different diseases. We are protected from different diseases. If not, if this virus is going to cause damage to our immunity system, then any pathogen can enter inside. Once those pathogens enter, then there is a possibility of diarrhea, vomitings, motions, typhoid, cholera, tuberculosis, whatever the diseases are present around of the surrounding area, all that diseases can be found in this AIDS patient. That's the reason the disease named syndrome means group of collection of diseases here. So then how this disease is entered into our human body? By the sexual contact or by the blood transfusion. Illegal sexual contact or blood transfusion means, for example, a person is suffering from AIDS. Without testing, the blood is transfused to healthy person. Then the virus directly enters into the person. Then the healthy person also gets AIDS. That is the reason nowadays for blood administration they are taking almost 15 to 18 tests, I think so. And next there is one more thing here. Needles, injections, whatever are using should be replaced. That's the reason in hospitals nowadays they are using disposable injections. Once if they injected, immediately dispose it. Got it. But olden days people used only one injection. They used to reheat it again and to use it the same injection for the people. But now, not the time. Need to make use of disposable injections. Now once the corona has attacked, now completely everything has got changed. Need to wear gloves, masks, maintaining of sanitation, everything. Am I right? So even AIDS, the only thing need to take care of blood transfusion, and the second thing, no illegal contacts. So now look at here. Then if they get this disease, how we should recognize that we are suffering from AIDS. Simple thing. Damage to the immune system once the protective wall is damaged, then they get fever, sweating at night majorly, weight loss. Minimum patient can lose about, for example, a person is about 60 kgs. He easily loses his weight about 40 to 40 kgs easily. So at most, at the final stage of the AIDS, patient weight may become 10 kgs also. So the great loss of weight here. And next, cough, nausea means vomiting sensation, repeated diarrhea means the continuation. Diarrhea means there is a loose motions maybe or vomitings. This kind of symptoms. Once with all these symptoms, if you go to the hospital, if doctor may have a doubt, they take a test known ELISA. ELISA test for recognition of AIDS disease. And then how this disease is going to be caused because of virus, right? Just we look at the structure of the virus. This is the structure of virus. I came to know a point that generally this HIV virus can change its shape easily. So that still now we didn't get medicine for this disease. So this is the outermost layer. What you are finding is a lipid membrane made up of lipids, means fats, and inside of it is made up of nothing but the protein, and inside of that what you are finding is a matrix, in the solidary form of solution is present inside, and here this is a capsid which also made up of protein, and this is RNA, genetic information, and to that here you are finding a spot or dot is called reverse transcriptase enzyme. What is the use with this enzyme? This is very important, need to remember. Reverse transcriptase enzyme. Generally, HIV virus has RNA, but if it should reproduce, compulsory it require human body. But human body genetic material is DNA. So the RNA should match up with the DNA of a human. That is the reason. Here the reverse transcriptase enzyme helps in changing of RNA to DNA, and the DNA also become as a double helical DNA. See, we have the DNA which is double helical. We have like this double helical DNA, but the RNA is here singular. So this reverse transcriptase enzyme will help to convert into double helical shape. Why? To match the structure with our DNA. So this one piece will combine with our DNA. Like our own DNA start acting like parasite, like a virus. So our own DNA causes damage to our body. This is nothing but virus. Anything, whether you take any virus, it manipulates our body. See, like hypnotism. You know, in hypnotism they say, now you are doing this work, now you are doing this work, now you are doing this work for me. Then automatically we are hypnotized once we do anything for the people, those who are hypnotized here. The same in manner, the virus also hypnotizes our body cells and combines with our DNA, packs up with our DNA. Then our DNA starts acting like a viral DNA. Our own cells cause damage to our body. Is it clear? Even in dengue, any disease. That is the reason viral diseases takes time. If we are affected by viral infection, takes time to cure. Minimum 10 days, 1 week. If you take bacteria, not a big issue. Bacterial infections can be cured faster than viral infection. This is my opinion. Got it. So, how to cure this AIDS disease? We can't cure. There is no option for curing. Just only can we give treatment to save the patient to expand the lifespan of a human. A patient who live for 5 years. By the medication, minimum he can live for 10 years, nothing more than that. You got it? So this is about HIV virus. And next we look at about another virus. So the next disease, rabies. It is caused by rabies virus. Generally, you know, when dog bites, this rabies virus enters into our body and causes damage to our nervous system first of all. Due to that reason, we get first fever, headache, hallucination, you know. We imagine that which is not happening around us. So the condition is called hallucination. And paralysis, the body not be under the control, not under the control of brain. And hydrophobia, hydrophobia is nothing but people those who are suffering from rabies disease. Generally, they are fear of water. They fear to the water. If they find anywhere pond, lake, or big river, stream, they by looking that they feel fear for that. That condition is called hydrophobia. And next, inability to swallow. They can't take the food. They can't swallow the food. And if the symptoms are continued for a long time, it may lead to death also. That's the reason. Once if you are bitten by any dog, immediately need to consult doctor and take vaccine, rabies vaccine. Got it? That is a prevention. Understood? So rabies vaccination, anti-rabies vaccine will be given for the disease. And next disease is polio. The one disease, I can't say that 100% it is eradicated, but 99% of polio is eradicated from our India. Eradicated means completely. Now it's not there. Between these 10 years, only one polio case is noted. That's all. So we can proudly say polio is eradicated from our India. So now next look at this polio is caused by polio virus, and because of contaminated water and food. Once if you get polio, the people get fever, headache, muscles pain majorly, and paralysis. These are the symptoms specifically. Sometimes any one part of the body gets paralyzed. Sometimes the whole body gets paralyzed. Once it is paralyzed, that area, muscle, bone, not develops proper and become deformity. Do you know, you might be finding the people those who are around of polio people. And next, for this disease, there is a prevention, polio vaccination, and maintaining surrounding conditions as sanitation, maintaining cleanliness. That is helps to prevent the polio disease. And next we look at the another diseases now. Next to other diseases, mumps, and that is B. So mumps, you know, most of you may got mumps in your childhood. I also got mumps twice. So generally, mumps nothing but here near the salivary gland. Salivary gland gets swelling here due to the entry of the virus, mumps virus. How it enters into our body? Because of air and contaminated object. For example, in small kids like below 8 years or 5 years, they put any object, whatever the object is available around, they put into their mouth. Got it? If maybe on that object, this virus may be present, it enters into their body and reaches to the salivary gland here. There are 3 pairs of salivary gland. One pair is present below the tongue. Second pair is present inside of the tongue, inside. The 2 sides of the jaw here inside. And the third pair present below the ears. These salivary glands are also known parotid glands. These are the largest salivary glands. I am not saying that largest gland is liver, but largest salivary gland, parotid gland. Due to the entry of this virus, because of air contaminated objects, first it affects on the parotid salivary gland. Due to the salivary gland, in swelling of the salivary gland, child gets fever and headache. Sometimes they can't open their mouth even. for chewing, eating, swallowing, it becomes very difficult. Got it? Then how to control this disease? By the vaccination. Only by the vaccination. Already you people are vaccinated for this disease. And next, come to the point of hepatitis. You generally might be heard about jaundice. Jaundice, one of the symptoms for hepatitis B virus. Generally, hepatitis, there are 5 types. Hepatitis A, B, C, D, like that there are different types. In that, the very popular is hepatitis B. It's caused because of hepatitis B virus. The same thing like HIV. Sexual contact, blood transfusion are the responsible thing for the causing of hepatitis B disease. And here, once the hepatitis B enters into the human body, they get vomiting, jaundice, the whole body becomes yellowish. Jaundice we get because of the reason when liver is secreting more amount, if when liver secretes heavier amount of bile juice, heavy amount of bile juice. Do you know liver secretes a juice called bile juice? That bile juice contains 2 pigments in it. The first pigment is called bile juice, which is secreted by liver, contains 2 pigments in it. The first pigment is known bilirubin, biliverdin. There are 2 pigments, bilirubin, biliverdin. Generally, the people, those who are suffering from jaundice, they take a test called bilirubin test. Bilirubin, biliverdin. These 2 are the toxic substances present in bile juice. But generally, they are useful for emulsification process of fats, to convert the fats into droplet of fats. These 2 pigments help. But generally, when these bile juice production is more in our body, then automatically bilirubin, biliverdin percentage also increases in our blood. Once the bilirubin, biliverdin percentage increases, the whole body starts becoming into toxic. The organs and everything, whole cells, into the whole cells this toxic material enters. Once the toxic is entering into the body cells, the whole body starts changing into the color yellowish, because bilirubin, biliverdin are the pigments which are in yellowish green, greenish yellow color. So once it enters into the body, our eyes, face, skin, everything starts appearing in yellowish. Got it? It reflects on our face. Then people say that you maybe got jaundice, just go for the bilirubin test. Generally in the hepatitis B, jaundice is one symptom, that's it. One of the symptoms. And the major vomiting is liver cancer. So, liver cancer. Once hepatitis B attack on the liver, just first of all you should understand the meaning. Hepatitis, why this disease named as hepatitis? In our body, one part is called with another name. Heart, if you look at cardiac. Kidney, if you look at renal. Like if you look at eye, optum. And liver is known hepat. Liver is also called hepat. So in this disease, the hepat is infected. So that this disease is named hepatitis. Is it clear? So once the liver slowly damages, it leads liver cancer. And finally, it means fever is one of the symptoms. But once a person is suffering from liver cancer, it leads death. So that for hepatitis B, once immediately recognize it, need to move to the hospital. Then they give antiviral drug. By following the antiviral drug, minimum we can cure this disease. And majorly, vaccination is important. Hepatitis B vaccination. You, me, most everyone are vaccinated for this disease. Not a big issue. It's okay. So, by this way, there are different diseases are caused by different viruses. Even now very familiar viral disease, corona. Coronavirus is caused by COVID-19. Sorry, COVID-19 is caused by coronavirus. Am I right? So what are the symptoms? Cold, cough, fever, and body weakness. The major important diarrhea, and along with that suffocation problem. They can't respire properly. And even what will be the one more thing? They can't take breathing, and when they are talking, they get suffocation problem, and even they lose their smelling taste. Am I right? Then how to cure this disease? Very simple. Need to continuation 3 to 4 times need to steam, and need to drink hot water, because this virus, coronavirus, stay in our nose and tongue, on throat for 3 to 4 days. So that if you are drinking lukewarm water, the virus die. So that not be much dangerous. And along with that, steaming is very important. Drinking hot water, and proper balanced diet, nutritional food, and proper rest, exercise. These are very, very important. Along with that, maintenance of sanitation, using mask. Wherever you go, just need to use mask, and need to maintain sanitation must. Is it clear? So by this way, some of the diseases can be controlled. Then in plants and animals, what are the diseases we find? Just I will try to brief it here. Later I will close this session. So in animals, foot and mouth disease. Generally in cattle we find it. What are the cattle? Milk-giving animals like cow, buffalo, sheep, goat, camel, horse. In them we find this foot and mouth disease. Generally, when this foot and mouth disease virus (FMD) enters into the animal body, because of air and objects, contaminated objects, once this virus enters into their body, they first of all that virus attack on their mouth and foot, so that they get high fever, blisters in the mouth, even on food. So blisters, generally water containing blisters. Generally, if you touch on any hot object on hand or somewhere, you get a blister which has a water in it. So the same manner, the same blisters we find in animal which is suffering from foot and mouth disease, and their foot area, even in the mouth area. So when they are chewing, the blisters burst and it bleeds. Sometimes it is contaminated, communicated from one animal to the another animal very faster. When because of air, it is easily able to pass from one animal to another animal, so that this virus easily spread from one to another, and they get problem in their mouth, even food. Sometimes it reaches up to their internal organs. So that is the reason they lose their weight, as well as decreasing in milk production also. In this disease, once this virus enters into the body, their heart, majorly cardiac muscles, the remaining other muscles get contracted, so that it leads finally death of that animal. That is the reason in the first case itself, if you find the symptoms, need to take to the veterinary hospital. Once it's taken to the veterinary hospital, they give viral injections to them, or if not, medication treatment will be given to that animal. Minimum we can save the life of animal. If not, if the animal, it leads the death of an animal, and it also can be spread from one to another. Is it clear? So for the animal, vaccination is must at first. FMD vaccination is given. If not, they get high fever, blisters in the mouth and foot, even weight loss, decreasing in milk production, impact on milk production also. So if you drink that milk, there is no problem for you, but it gives a very bad smell, and even milk also not be much tasty. Got it? If you drink that milk, nothing will happen to you. But generally it's a problem for an animal. Understood? Next, we need to look at about the diseases. Other diseases, what we are finding in plants. Generally, tobacco mosaic virus. This virus we find in tobacco plant. Pogaku. In the plant, the major production of the plant is leaf. This virus attack on that major part, so that actually tobacco leaf is in brown color. When it attacks on that, the color of the leaf completely changes into different various colors, so that it is known mosaic. And by this way, the whole leaf damage, and these viruses not only stay back on single plant, through the air, it moves from one plant to another, so that the whole crop destroyed. To prevent that condition, the plant which has got the disease, that should be burned. If you burn that only plant, then there will not be any spreading to the another plant. And another one, tobacco spotted wilt virus. Tomato spotted wilt virus. Once this virus is attack on that plant, the leaf of a tomato plant wilted. Wilted means wrinkles. It gets wrinkly. Wilted. If it is in manner, it is fresh. But if start wilting, it can't follow the process of photosynthesis, so that no production of tomatoes again. Next, cucumber mosaic virus. The same in manner. It also causes damage to fruit and leaves here. Next one, cauliflower mosaic virus. Even it also causes damage to the leaf, cauliflower, everything. And next, bendy yellow bean mosaic virus. So in bendy, you know lady's finger. In lady's finger, the leaf color completely changes into yellow, beans color. So that the passage of water doesn't take place, even leaf also wilted and dries up. Finally, there won't be a proper production of fruits. So virus, once it attack on a plant body or a human body or an animal body, even on a bacteria, I will tell you this point, very very important. The virus which attacks on bacteria called bacteriophage. This bacteriophage, it attacks on bacteria. It attacks on bacteria, this bacteriophage. Bacteriophage is a virus which attacks on bacteria for their growth. So by this way, virus always depends on a host body for their food, for their reproduction, for their survival, because they can't survive themselves. That's what, see, the people, those who are depending on others and causing damage, then simply we say them that, hey, are you a virus? So virus is always a parasite which gets benefit from others, but as well as they cause damage to others. So don't be like the virus in the society, be like a human, showing your humanity. So I hope today you understood about the virus and you enjoyed my class. If you like, just follow up and read your textbooks properly. What are the textbooks should be followed? Lakshmi Singh book and your Telangana State Board book. Got it? So if you have Singhage with you, just follow up Singhage. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye.